All right, cool. So we'll switch back over to Farron and Hannibal and Chester. So you guys have
Oh
waited
god.
for quite some time in the cathedral of Sigmar, and eventually a headmaester comes out, accompanied by the original guy that came out to you, and okay, probably won't be needed, but thank you. Um, and the headmaster comes out, and he's been explained the situation by the original guy, and he walks up to you, Farron, and you probably like see the three of you are probably like seated in a pew, like the front pew at this point, just like kind of idly waiting, as the altar boys and knights have been like the knights have kind of cleared out. There's like two now in the room, but during like there's probably like an hour-long gap here. Do you guys do anything while you're just kind of waiting, or are you all just like hanging out?
I would send Puck around.
Okay. What's
Like
Puck
I
gonna
might
do?
send Puck is gonna just kind of explore the place a little bit, see if she finds anything interesting.
Okay.
Because I'm not looking for anything specific.
Okay. Yeah. So just roll a perception check for her.
Okay.
That's pretty good. So you get a better layout of the area. First of all, you get a better
Anywhere
layout
I can
of
dimension door to?
anywhere that you can. What? I'm sorry.
Dimension door to in case.
Yeah, there's probably some like tall windows with some, and there's an upper like balcony parapet, that doesn't have any like stairs that go down, but you could dimension door up there, and not be able to go into like the back areas or whatever, because it doesn't have like public access, is what I'm saying. It's all clearly like the staircases and stuff are like in the back of the area. So you notice that there are quite a few. I think Puck may mention that there's quite a few knights of the Silver Hand kind of patrolling the grounds, which
Sorry, just real quick. Are they the same order as
yes,
their Silver Hammer? Not Hand.
Silver Hammer. My apologies.
Sorry.
No, you're absolutely correct. They are the Silver Hammer. So the Knights of the Silver Hammer, there's quite a few of them patrolling the grounds around and about, which may seem a bit odd. But, you as Hannibal know that the Knights of the Silver Hammer are at least aware of what happened, like the real story, right? Regardless of whatever else is going on. And I think Puck does probably report back with a 16 is pretty good. That there are some areas she can't get into, back in like the depths of the cathedral.
Okay,
She's blocked by something.
Okay. I recall her.
Okay, yeah, she... Hey, listen!
Ah, fuck you.
There's some areas in the back I can't get through. They're probably sealed by magic somehow.
You just hear Hannibal go, ah.
Right, like audibly, like the group of you. He's like rubbing his temples, like, ugh. It's fantastic. The other two of you, do you guys do anything? I guess not. Slowly die?
No.
Is that what you're saying, Farron?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. 'Cause
Fantastic.
I forgot I had that.
Oh my god. Yeah, Puck's doing a great job.
Lamau. Anyways.
Cool, yeah, so eventually the headmaester comes out, like I said, and he's like, I understand it that one of you is injured.
aye, that'd be me.
Let me take a look, my child. You stand up, you pull your shirt back a little bit, and he looks at it and goes, This will need to be healed by some of our top clerics. It is not an easy task to perform this level of healing.
I sort of gathered that, but of course, if you are able to help, we can offer a more sizable donation to the House of Sigmar.
Yeah, he nods like that's where he was going with it. Right? Like, hey, good job picking up on that, what I was laying down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, I will have to send some runners out for the materials. It will cost them perhaps 100 gold.
Aye, we can do that.
We can.
I think that's a perfect scene, right? Like you say, yeah, absolutely, we can do that, and the other two are like, what?
And it's at this point I would probably
cut out.
roll a save box, which I have been carrying in my backpack all this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of Vi and Chester's money.
Right.
Exactly. Jeez.
So do
You're
you
digging yourself a steep grave, buddy.
do you hand him 100 gold?
Chester points
I
at the
do.
box and he's like, huh?
I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's just a civil dispute between rivaling thieves.
I don't think you say thieves inside the cathedral.
No, that was
Compatriots.
yes.
It's a friendly dispute between compatriots.
My eyes are the ruin keeper detect bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So yeah, so you hand over 100 gold out of that safe box. And he hands it to the original guy and he says, "Come with me, my child. We will tend to you in the back. Your friends can wait out here."
I would like to send Puck in with him.
Right. I assumed that was going to happen. So yeah, so you go in and you can see there's like a well, it's a table, but it's got like cushions on it, like, seat cushions. And it's obviously designed for you to like lay on as they work on you.
Okay.
They explain to you the process, like basically like, it'll require a couple of different. They go a little more elaborate into the detail than what it actually is, right? Which is basically a 5th level spell, right?
Yeah.
But they go a little more elaborate into the detail. They like, it's gonna require us to, channel a couple of different clerics' energies and, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right, exactly. Yeah, XOXO bye. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, you get positioned properly, and after probably about another hour or so, they come through, and the headmaster like comes through, and he's dressed in like different garb now. He's got like his holy symbol exposed and out, and yeah, and they begin their ritual. And what you can see that there is, Hannibal, there's powerful magic being cast in the room. It's 5th level magic. It's more powerful than you can cast. And this head cleric guy is basically the only one actually doing any work. The others are simply just like standing there. And yeah, you get healed for 100 gold. It's as simple as that, really.
I see.
Yeah. And so you come out, and you can gain the maximum hit points, but you do not gain your
Current
the
hit
health
points.
up to that.
Okay, that's fine.
So
yeah.
you can double your health total, but your health maximum, but your health total remains the same because they haven't infused you with any life. That'll cost extra. How much more money you got in that strong box?
I
About
don't
100.
know if I dare to actually.
About 100.
Oh yeah, just keep digging. Just keep digging.
Yeah, I think
Hole
that guy
gets
deserves a
deeper.
tip. Tip him.
Cool. So You come out and you do the like maybe you pull your shirt down and you do a little like spin around and Chester and Hannibal give you golf claps.
No, no, Chester is not to be seen at the moment.
Where the fuck did he go?
So yeah, so did you like Hannibal's there with you?
I think he's robbing a church.
Yeah, Chester's trying to rob the church.
Yes, that a boy.
Holy crap.
As soon as he saw the Farron pull out the strong box or the lockbox, he's like, "I'll be right back, Hannibal."
I have to use the little boy's room.
You sure about that? You sure you won't get attacked by demons, big boy?
I'm good. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. So, how do you go about doing that?
First, I try and find out where they put the money, because they probably put it away before they do the ritual, right?
Oh yeah, they take it at the time. Like, it is true they have to go get materials. Like, they don't keep them on hand. So there's probably a couple runners that you saw like dart out to get materials, and then they came back. But obviously, some of it is for them, right? And the original maester, the lower maester, is the one that took it, and he walked into the back with it.
You know, I love how you gave them a gold piece to earn favor.
Yeah, do remember that we are staying in this place a while now.
Yeah, that's fine. So I saw him walk to the back, so it's pretty obvious where they put it. So when they sort of leave through the front of the side doors, I go with them, saying, "I'm going out," and I head out with them, and they go and buy their materials while I sneak around back.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need you to roll me a stealth check.
Oh, God.
Pretty good at those.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
All right. So again, as I stated before, there are quite a few knights hanging out. I don't think they can actually beat that, though. I think it might be okay there. At least until the situation changes to some degree.
Let it be known that Chester is always the problem.
Yep, they cannot
Always.
beat that.
Once again, he's running off on his own.
Once again, the two of you just let him, but that's fine. Whatever.
No,
I'm getting stitched up at this point.
I would have definitely sent Puck after him if it wasn't already with what's his face.
Yeah.
Sure, excuses.
So.
In fact, I probably should have called Puck back.
No, I'm not sure Puck could follow him with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chester, like he told you, and then he was just gone.
Yeah, he just melts. He just sinks into the seat.
Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, so you're able to avoid them. They do have a patrol pattern that you're able to pick up on pretty quickly, and you're able to dodge through. And you enter in through it's clearly like a cloister entrance. And it brings you into like this long stone hallway with a bunch of like doors on either side. And it's got like torches lining the hallway. It's all very very medieval looking. So yeah, what do you do once you arrive in there?
I look to see if I can find anything that looks like it would contain money.
Well, you've entered into the cloister, which, if you're unaware of that term, it's where all the priests live, where they sleep and, conduct their personal business. So there's a lot of rooms here that have, like, personal effects. There are a few people in the hallways, and you're able to avoid all of them fairly easily with your stealth of 26. So what do you do? Do you continue on? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue along the wall and check inside any of the rooms with open doors. See if I see anything on tables, easily snatchable. If not, I'm just going to head towards the furthest back that I can.
Okay. So you get down and the hallway tees off. It goes left and right. One way is clearly like the direction of the grand hall, of the actual cathedral hall. But there may be some other stuff like up and around the corners or whatever. And then left goes deeper into the complex.
So obviously deeper into the complex.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So you continue on. There are a couple of moments where you have to, like, dart into a broom closet and wait for some passing priest to go by. But again, you got 26, which is pretty damn good. You walk over there, and at one point, the hallway opens up, and you can see, like, there's a room that's fairly well lit. It's got a bunch of torches, like, around the outside, and there's a staircase that leads down. Yeah, but it's like in the center of the room, and it leads down, and there's, like, walkways, like, all around it or whatever. But it's just a simple staircase. You continue down the staircase?
And that's the only direction, is that staircase?
Basically, yeah. The other doors that you've seen lead outside. This whole floor back here appears to be, like, living quarters and preparation rooms and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the living quarters and see if I can steal a set of clothing to disguise myself before I continue sneaking past.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Alright, so that's gonna happen.
Yep, you get a set of clothing and you put it on. What do you do with your clothes?
I mean, they're pretty small clothing, so I can hide most of it, or, like any armor pieces.
Right, yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, with robes, you could probably wear it over top, maybe. You have leather armor, right?
Yeah, it's just nice, simple leather armor.
Yeah, you could probably wear it over top. It'll probably give you, like, a negative if somebody, like, bumps into you or, heavily inspects you, but, yeah. And the hat comes off, right? And...
I haven't had the hat for a while. The last time I changed my disguise when we left the tavern, I haven't put it on since. Chester's missing the hat.
That's why he's cute.
Yeah.
That's why he's cursed.
That's why
that's what it said, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, you disguise yourself as best you can, and you go back to the staircase, and I assume you go down?
Yeah.
Okay. You go down, and you get to about the 4th step, and you feel as though you've run into an unseen force.
I just stopped there. There's nothing.
Yep, nothing that you can see.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check. Or investigation. You choose.
The penitent man kneels.
Alright. You see, along the walls, there appear to be runes. That are
Lots
on
of
the
runes,
walls.
or?
Yeah, there's one on the wall, there's one on the ceiling, and there's one on the right side wall, and there's one on the step you were about to try and step on.
Okay.
But you can't identify them.
Can I actually touch the rune, or no?
Mm-mm. Your hand is stopped.
Okay. Then, if that's the case, I'm going to head back up to the main room and hide and wait until someone heads down there.
Yeah.
And try and follow them.
Absolutely. So, again, you wait for a few minutes, and somebody gets over there. You see a couple of like cloistered sisters that walk up, and they step up to the unseen thing, and they recite a prayer of Sigmar, and then they continue on down the hallway or down the staircase. So I assume you go do the same?
Do I know the specific prayer? Or is
You
it
heard
just
it.
a
You
random
heard him say it. Yeah, it's a common one.
Okay, then yeah, I'll attempt to do the exact same.
Sure. Yeah. So you go over and you recite the prayer, and you see the runes glow faintly for a moment, and then you like test it with your foot, and you're able to step through.
Okay, so now that I'm through, I'm actually gonna take a dagger, crouch down, and very quickly chip away part of the rune on the stair.
Oh fuck.
Okay. I need to roll something then.
At least he makes it interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay. There's a loud bang, and you're fortunately not stunned by it, because you passed your Constitution save. But it does take you by surprise, and there's faint smoke kind of rising from the rune that you were attempting to chip away at. And that's sure to have attracted someone.
Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs and pretend like I got hit really hard in the stomach right by the stairs, and I'm gonna make sure my face is like hidden under the cowl or hood of the outfit.
Okay. So you're not attempting to stealth here.
No.
Okay. So, again, as expected, a bunch of people like show up, a couple of the knights as well, and they see you, and they probably address you like, "What happened? What happened here?"
There's a thief. He broke the rune and he ran back after it exploded.
Okay. Roll a deception check for me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Huh. Now this is better than my stealth. This is supposed to be better.
Where's
Just
my...
rolled
If
really
only
bad.
you were lucky.
All
This
of
is
the
gonna be
fatal
great.
All
Oh
of-
god.
All right.
Would my
You might get
disguise
lucky
help
here.
at all?
Might get lucky. We'll see.
Ooh.
Ties go to the PCs.
Oh. Yeah.
Always. So, I think that because it's a tie, I'll add a bit of a complication. I think that he notices that you're hurt, and he like grabs you by the shoulder. And he's like, "Are you injured, man?" And like pulls you back. And I think he'll reveal your face so he can actually see you. He doesn't recognize you, right? Like you were completely stealth. But he does like get a glimpse at your face, even though you were trying to hide it. That'll be your complication for the tie.
Yeah, but all the knights, they don't know every priest. It's fine.
Right. No. Yeah, he doesn't suspect you of deceiving him. Like, he asks you if you're injured though, like you're holding your stomach or whatever.
I tell him, he hit me. I'm just winded. I'm fine.
And I think he goes, "Well, better stay with us. We'll take you to a safe place. Where's your room?"
It's okay. It's just down the hall. I'll walk.
So yeah, I think he looks at clearly like a lesser knight, and he says, "You escort the priest to his room, please." And he's like, he says to the rest of the men, he's like, "All right, men, let's head this way." And they all run back off towards the hallway.
Okay. So is it just me and this knight left in the room?
Yeah,
Is
it's
there anyone left?
just this knight guy.
He kills him.
God.
I mean, I wait a couple minutes pretending to like get my breath back, and he's just sort of standing there, right?
Yeah, he's like looking down the staircase, and there have been a couple other people that come up from the staircase. And he's like speaking with them, but it's relatively quiet. Yeah, and he's just like waiting. He's here, quote unquote, protecting you.
So after it's calmed down and I've pretended to get my breath back, I just stand up and stab him in the neck.
All right. Roll me an attack, please.
Fuck.
And this is an automatic crit.
Yep, and it's with advantage. All that fun stuff. Good thing you had advantage, sir. Go ahead and roll me.
No, it's an automatic crit if he's surprised. Assassin.
You still have to hit him.
Oh, true. Right.
A 9 would not have hit him.
Oh god.
But luckily you had advantage. So yeah, make sure you roll your additional, I assume you're using sneak attack as well. And your additional damage dice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, what is yours, 3d6? So you need to roll.
No, it's only 2d6.
Oh, it's only 2d6. 15 plus
I
3 is
think so.
18. Yeah, no, you're totally good. Yeah. So you stab him in the neck, and he gurgles for a moment, and then he falls limp and to the ground.
And I just head downstairs. I don't clean up the body or anything.
Okay. Yeah. You head downstairs.
And I leave the dagger in his throat, just by the way.
Sure. So you head downstairs. So Hannibal and Farron, you guys, like, Farron comes out and he does like the twirl thing and he's like, look, I'm all better. And then knights begin pouring into like the grand hall, and you see that they're like escorting like groups of people, and it's like an anthill has been stirred.
What happened? I turned to the High Meister.
I think that well, the High Maester isn't there. It's
Yeah.
he was escorted out by like an acolyte.
Okay, I grab one of the knights. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, I think he turns to you and he says, there's been a thief reported in the hall. You'd be best to either stay here under protection or leave immediately.
I see. Thank you so much, sir.
He's like, do you require an escort out?
No, we'll be fine. We're accomplished at what we do.
And as with the other upper knight, he looks to one of his lower men and says, you, escort them out. 'Cause
Okay.
They just don't listen to you guys. So yeah, so the knight like comes up and he's brandishing his weapons, not at you obviously. But he's like, oh, come with me. I'll show you to the gates.
Got it. I stab him.
No, you don't.
What?
No. I'll say we're waiting for somebody right now.
Okay, yeah. So then he's like, all right, well, just make sure you stay in range. No telling who or how many it could be.
Sure. And then I turn, and then when he's out of earshot, I go to Fan and say, I think our friend might have got a little too antsy.
Oh, you think? When did he run off anyway?
It was around the fuck, as I recall. Like,
Right? Yeah. I think that's perfect, right? Like that's accurate, right? It's like he went about. Wait, I don't rightly remember.
Fuck. All right. So, question time: leave him to his own devices, or help him out? Because personally, I don't feel good about robbing a church.
Well,
Especially
No,
one that
what?
just so graciously healed you.
yeah.
So, what
Oh.
do you say we get him out of here?
I'd prefer to stop this endeavor.
Yeah, let's do it. And then I telepathically tell Puck, find him, to follow the knights.
Yeah, I think Puck, sends back like, okay.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
And then I go, and then I don't know what we should do. What do you think we should do, Farron?
That's a great question.
Is the knight still there?
The entire Great Hall is filled with people now. Like,
Okay.
like this appears to be the place that everybody evacuates to. Like when something happens, so that there can be a head count and we can make sure everybody's there and everything's fine, etc., etc.
Yeah.
How good are you at sticking to the shadows?
You want to know a secret?
Aye.
I'm shit at it.
Okay.
We'll fucking give it a shot. Or you know what?
Hey,
It might
I
be better
think-
just to deceive our way through, saying that I'm better at talking. In case you haven't
well-
noticed.
If you're
What do you
better
know?
at
Wait,
talking, then I think I may have to go after him immediately alone.
Alright, in that case, I call back Puck, and then I basically say, I'm sending someone with you so that I can basically go to where you are.
Hey, who are you sending? As I
Don't worry
look
about
around.
It's
Right,
a
right.
ghost.
Sure.
I say it's a ghost.
I swear to God, people, all we had to do was just get a fucking plane.
Oh, okay.
It's a ghost
So-
of one of the dead children from last night. Don't worry
No,
about it.
It's not.
I'm saying that to him. It's up to
So
him if he wants to believe it.
he's fairly magical, so I get a feeling that he's sort of imbued me with some sort
Sure,
of
yeah, the tracking spell or
power.
whatever. Yeah.
So
You feel Puck's
this
fingers
is going
on your
to be-
face.
yeah, this is going to be an inspired stealth roll to
Okay.
kind of
All right.
get
to
my
try
way
and
through
get
the
out of here.
crowds.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
It. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah. Can't even beat that. None of the people in this. Well, it's not true. There might be one or two people that could beat that, but nobody that you're going to meet immediately. So again, you see Farron just melt into the crowd, and only because Puck is probably like in his collar or something is the only reason why Puck can even keep up with him, or his movements. And so Hannibal, you're kind of left alone in the Great Hall, and it's filled with like a bunch of cloistered people. Okay, you're gonna sit down on like a pew
Yeah,
and
and-
do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So that-
So what does that look like when you use that ability?
his eyes just like his eyes normally bright in his mask just go completely dark, and his entire body goes limp.
Sure. You just look like you're sleeping on a pew now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, and then we flash to Puck's eyes, who's kind of like this, Puck is riding on the collar of Farron as he, does basically the Assassin's Creed stealth, where he's just like actually moving through people, but nobody can see him or recognize who he is. And yeah, you get in the door and you slip in, and you're left in essentially an empty hallway because everybody's kind of evacuated. So maybe that's like what your 28 reflects is like. It's actually easier because no one in the areas that you're headed towards are actually looking for anything, right?
Yeah.
They're all headed in. You're going against the flow of people. So for a moment, let's go ahead and leave that where it sits right now, because I'll have to deal with that, I'm sure, at some point. And let's go to the other three. So you guys arrive at your bungalow. You guys have had a very successful mission.
Yeah.
You're kind of riding on cloud nine. It's
How does that feel? I would know.
It's a very interesting dichotomy from the other group of three.
Vi feels all of
Yeah.
a sudden she's oddly in the wrong group somehow.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you guys did a weird switcheroo. Although, I don't know if you noticed, out of the 6 that started, I liked how it worked out one of each in each location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's like Morella planned
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So the three of you arrive at the bungalow, and it is, well, Lady Sylar did on her word. It is essentially an old, probably an old barracks. It's stone crafted. It's dwarven make. It's actually got walls around it, with actual like arrow slits. It kind of sticks out a little bit because it is like older construction than the rest of the buildings around it. But it's very solidly constructed. And I think as you arrive at like the iron wrought gate, it looks a little bit rusted. And there's like a chain that's kind of like wrapped around it and tied in a big knot because locks exist, but not here. So you guys like untie the chain and loop it around, and that the clanging noise, and you open up the gate and it squeaks. And you guys enter into the courtyard, which is clearly like the landscaping has been unkempt, but the building itself is in fairly good condition. There's some moss growing along the north side of the building, obviously, and yeah, you guys approach the doors and you enter in, and a fine layer of dust is kicked up with the door as it opens. And you walk up this set of stairs that is like or I should say, you walk up a set of stairs and then open the doors. And a fine layer of dust is kind of kicked up as the doors open. And inside you can see like there's this like long hallways, like to like down and up, and I actually have it here. Let me just show it to everybody.
So, Vi, I have to ask, do Imperial orphanages normally look like prisons?
In my eyes, the two terms are synonymous.
Interesting. We have something much like this in Kislev. We call Gulag.
Holy shit, dibs on the one with the desk.
Okay, so you guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's appropriately 6 rooms. There's like a desk over in the bottom right. There's like a dining area. There's like a lounge area, and then there's a cellar. But defense-wise, this place is great because it not only has the walls exterior of the building, but there's also these interior walls that kind of sequester the entire living quarters as well. So there's multiple points of
We
like
have an energy.
fallback and right, exactly, just built inside of this place. It was meant to be defended. This location was designed to be defended, which is
Not to get all meta on you, but we're totally going to get invaded at some point, aren't we?
I mean, that's up to how you guys play it. I just figured I had to have a map just to show you. But
If members of our
yes.
party keep stabbing people, then possibly.
right, yeah.
Yes.
There's a staircase that goes down, obviously, into the cellar area, the wine cellar area, which is distinctly empty of all wine.
Not surprised.
Reasonably,
Damn, that
probably
makes me
relocated to her main estate.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you guys have a place now, which is cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Morella looks around and a small smile comes around her face, and she says, "Reminds me a bit of home."
I think you see Vi blinking in and out of each room, just like looking at everything, and she thinks this is fantastic. This is like her dream.
Arkady was about to make a joke about it reminding Morella of home, and then she actually said it like it was serious, so he's kind of stuck.
Yeah, you don't know if she's joking at this point. Like, what? It's nice.
Yeah,
I like
and
it.
she kind of looks at the other two. Well, it seems like a good place for us, at least for the next while.
I would call this extremely successful. We should relocate immediately.
Yes, we should. We should get the others to we relocate. Also,
Yes.
Petrov, you're going to be setting up meetings for me with the other nobles in the city.
You are correct.
She just kind of nods and like, all right, good.
Did you have a list in mind?
Lady Appleton first.
It's a good place to start, yes.
And then what was the noble's name? The one that mentioned with her husband going missing or not writing to
Marble
him?
shade.
That was Marble Shade.
Yeah, okay. She then mentions her next. And then probably some other nobles
Yeah,
along the
some
way.
other ones like like maybe you invite the husbands of some of the women that were there, and we can come up with their names.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have a list of names available and what they do once those
Yeah.
meetings occur.
Yep.
Cool. So do you guys start like moving all of your stuff over here now, or do you like after you've done your inspection of the building and seen what's actually going on? What's the next step for you guys?
To regroup.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
I
luck
mean,
with that.
we weren't expecting something quite so much like a fortress, so we're probably not going to have to do as much
Right.
fortification as we were expecting.
Yeah,
I was already thinking of ways to set up traps.
Actually, you know what?
Oh yeah, no, there are going to be hallways full of razor wire, but not as many.
What do I want here? I want something. I want something here.
You want death is what you want.
Yeah,
no.
you want us to die.
Oh no. That's later.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do I want here? Go here.
You fucker, Chester.
All three of you at the bungalow, roll me insight checks.
Okay, I'll just do it before I
Yeah,
leave.
do that before you
You,
leave
you
And then I'll
feel
just give the
disturbance in the
information.
force.
to everyone.
Yeah,
Well,
Morella's not
it's not
too
you,
insightful.
Morella.
Oh. Shit.
That's okay. Your
Well-
cleric's here. Hopefully, your cleric can figure it out. Yeah.
Wow.
Vi, since you're, I mean, you did describe you're doing the most like looking around.
Yeah, I was going in every room and
Yeah. So you probably get the feeling that cost analysis wise, you are not like you are getting way better than the deal you made. And it's probably a little bit disturbing, like, you know, like, the deal was you deliver me a message. That's it. That's all you gotta do. I'll put you up in a place.
A message of death.
So, maybe you get, like, a little inkling in the back of your, like, a little tingling feeling. And it probably is more appropriate, too, because Vi, like, that's, you get, like, you know, that's appropriate for you. When something's not quite right, you pick up on it. And something is not quite right here.
I think I would blink back after my travels around the land. I think I'd blink back next to Arcadia and be like, something's not right here. She said she wanted to give us, we just need to deliver a message, and then she gives us this. Does this seem strange to anyone else here?
Well, everything about her seems strange, but I assume message will be something of, well, if it is not something she can send ordinary messenger, then she either expects far more attention to be paid to it or significant consequences.
I mean, we've already made the deal, but I'm far more worried than I think that I was a few moments ago.
Well, it's good instinct.
Vi scoffs and looks at you. It's just like, what do you take me for, Petrov?
Well, I am always worried at all times, at sort of maximum level. Is far more straightforward than having to raise a lower level of worriedness.
Understandable. You kind of strike me as that.
I will take his compliment.
Yeah, twitchy, you know.
Always on red alert. Green isn't a thing.
Yeah, and I think that it's appropriate that when you say, I'm always worried all of the time, always, the next image we see is Farron.
Smash cut!
Yeah, the smash cut is Farron and Puck kind of kneeling over the dead knight lying at the top of the staircase.
Hey, how far away is he?
Probably, what's the range on your vision?
No, what I mean is I want to do something through Puck.
Oh, I mean, they're, God, I don't know. Maybe maybe like 300 feet away or something?
Ba-bam.
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally do that.
Yeah.
In the middle of the church.
No, I'm going, yeah, can I...
Yeah, so that's a good point. Like, you'll literally just disappear.
Can I just kind of, can I make like a... Can I make kind of like a... Like a, try to time the moment to where nobody's looking my way?
That would require a stealth roll. Now, what you could do, I'll just give you this, because it'll be cool to have you over there. What you could do is you could go out, like leave, and then walk around, like, to the back side of the building and do it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, so you can get there and do it. You know, you find a secluded place. So yeah, the three of you are standing over this body of a dead knight. And his blood is drained out onto the floor mostly now.
So this is happening.
He's got a dagger still sticking out of his throat.
God, fucking Chester.
Can I, like, say that I moved the dagger to, like, the front of his throat? So it looks like it was from the front, not the back?
Yeah, you stabbed him in the front of the throat. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. You rolled, what, 14? Yeah, you can stab him wherever you want in the neck. That's fine.
So, I'm going to make a guess here. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm willing to bet Chester came this way?
See, I know I haven't always been the sharpest, Bolt, but I think that's pretty damn obvious.
You sure? Because I'm not sure.
Well, then obviously you don't know Chester as well as I do.
I'm sure I don't. Come on, let's go find him.
So Puck says to you, like, she's like, the barrier's down. The one I couldn't get through earlier.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hey, look!
Yeah, shut up.
Over here!
No, I said shut up.
Listen!
I say that. Shut up. I'm saying that out loud at this point because I'm not giving a fuck.
Sure.
Seriously, who the hell are you talking to?
Yeah, no,
I told you, the ghost of the dead kid.
I think it's probably appropriate here, and I'm just gonna do this. I think Puck turns visible, like, and Farron, you probably, like, out of the corner of your eye, there's just this blue flash, and you look over, and you may or may not identify the creature, but she's got, like, her thumbs in her ears, and her hands are open, and she's sticking out her tongue, and she's waving her hands at Hannibal.
I'm flipping her off.
Right. You could roll an Arcana check if you want to see if you know what this thing is.
Yeah, because
Sure.
I don't know if I would have seen it. Flat D20.
No.
I have no idea.
It's clearly a
See,
magical creature of some sort, and it has wings. That's
Or a hallucination.
And I'm just
Right.
going, fuck.
right. Or Hannibal is fucking with you really badly.
Sweet Mary, Mother and Joseph, what the fuck is that?
That's the ghost of a dead child, I told you. Aren't you, child? And I give her that look.
She shoots you with her bow.
Oh, you fucker. I'll kill you.
You swat at her and she flies around you in rapid pace.
But this is my associate, Puck. Puck,
Hi,
say
how you
hello.
doing?
Oh, you fucker.
God, my ears hurt.
Yeah, I know. Okay? Why'd you show yourself?
I think that it's in that moment that she realizes she did. Right? And she's like, oh. Sorry.
Oh, you shit. So, Farron. This is completely normal. And I'm fucking with you right now.
We shall have a long talk about this later.
You know
But
that
right
magic
now,
I cast on you? That was illusion magic. That's happening now.
Right. Okay.
Right now, we're in the middle of the sacred temples, guards running all around, and Chester's just killed a religious person. I think we should worry about that before whatever weirdness this is.
Her name's Dick Cream. And, yeah, let's get moving.
Right. So you guys head down the stairs, and I think then we cut to Chester. You've made it down, and you've had to avoid a couple of other people that like were running up, and it's darker down here. There's less torches, so it's kind of better for you, right? So
It's way better for me.
yeah, it's better for you as you're kind of picking your way through, and eventually you do get to like a steel reinforced door, which is clearly like a vault of some sort, and like if you go to open it, it's locked.
I'm obviously gonna pick this.
All right, roll me a sleight of
This is
hand
my
check,
door.
please. Or if you have lockpicking tools, roll that.
I have lockpicking tools.
Yep, go ahead and roll
Of course we have lock-picking tools. What do you take us for, Jordan?
that. So, I have some bad news. A 9 is unsuccessful, and you do not think you have the tools to open this door. You'll have to change the scenario somehow in order to gain another ability to roll.
Can I see through this door at all?
No.
There's no bars or anything. It's just a straight wooden door.
It's a wooden reinforced, like with the steel bars across it, like the steel bands across it. Much more reinforced than the doors you previously have seen.
Okay,
Knock.
pretty good. Yeah, I'm actually gonna knock, see if there's anyone there.
Yeah. So
Treachery.
so
Are you just looking to swap characters again, or
you knock. You don't get a response though.
Okay. I'm actually going to take a flask of oil out.
Yeah.
Try and like put it inside of like the lock hole and light it on fire.
Okay.
And, like,
Sure.
put in some
You're gonna yeah. So I mean, yeah, sure, you can totally do that. Yeah, no problem. So you strike some flint and it catches eventually, and the fire starts burning, and the door is. It's gonna take a while. It's a pretty thick door, but yeah, you can totally burn it down.
So yeah, I'm totally gonna burn down this lock,
All right, cool.
and I'm gonna hide while I do this.
Well, yeah. So it
Oh,
catches
wait.
it catches the door, not the lock, because the lock's metal, right?
Well, I meant to burn the lock, but okay.
I mean, does flask of oil heat hot enough to? Regular fire won't melt the metal, and if anything, you're gonna
Not for until an extended period of time.
right. If that's
Okay.
your intention, I'll let you renege on it, which is fine. But
Yeah,
if that's your
I'm
intention,
burning down the door. Whole
okay,
door.
yeah, because
It's gone.
the thing is, like, if anything, you actually make it worse, because then the mechanism actually doesn't turn anymore, right? Like it's broken. It's broken locked, and that's even worse. Then you have to smash it down.
Yeah, so burning it.
So you're gonna burn the door down. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you duck into like a room that's somewhere off of the hallway, and the other two, the Hannibal and Farron, you guys are you're trundling down. You're being stealthy. Don't need to roll stealth checks. There's nobody else down here at this point. But you begin to smell smoke.
So I smell something.
Yeah, both
Nice.
of you do.
What's he up to now?
I don't know. Dick cream. What do you think?
She goes, I'm not going in any fog or gas again. Last time I got killed.
Too fucking bad.
So you order her to go up ahead.
No. I'm not doing that, but we're going ahead.
Okay, yeah, you continue on.
Like I'm basically telling you, that if I need you to, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, and the smoke becomes thicker and thicker the closer and closer you get to the door. And by the time you get to like the end of a hallway, you see like down the hallway, you see that there's a door that's like aflame at the end of the hallway.
So that's happening.
Yeah, and the corridors are like they're kind of filling up with smoke at this point.
So
It's actually getting like a little bit. Your eyes are starting to water, and it's getting a little bit hard to see. And yeah,
Can I How loud is Eldritch Blast?
I mean, technically, it's not. If you say it's not,
Yeah, I would like
if it has
to-
a verbal component, it will. Your voice will be as loud as it is.
Well, like I want to, you know how like you would, because it uses force damage. Could I like theoretically fan out the flame with it?
I think you'd
patting.
probably you'd probably hit the door because it's gotta hit something. You can't just stop it midair.
Yeah, could I? No, what I'm saying is like I beat out the source of the fire with it.
I think it's more of a pinpoint strike and less of like a blanket. So no.
You know what?
I'm gonna
You know what?
say
Hell,
no.
I'm going to destroy the door so that we can stop it out.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Like if you just break down the door and spread out the pieces and smother them, then yeah, you can put out the fire.
Yeah, I'll fucking do that.
Okay. So Chester, you're waiting in this room, and you probably hear like maybe one of like maybe Farron or like Hannibal, maybe you're like coughing a little bit, and you hear. Go ahead and cast your spell, because it does have to be hit and broken down. Yep. And you get 2 of those, right?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and roll again.
Baby lasers.
Yeah, no problem. You're able to break the door down because it's already on fire, so it's a little bit weakened. So yeah, you shoot, and Chester, you hear the and then the door just creaks and it just falls inward, and the smoke is kind of it gets a little bit thicker momentarily as like all the pieces are flying everywhere. But the fire looks like it's starting to die down because it doesn't have like a consistent source of fuel anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So so I looked at Fan. I was like, so let's see what he was trying to get into at least.
So I'm gonna remain hidden and not show myself to them.
Sure, yeah. Roll me a stealth check. Since the situation has changed. That's pretty good. I think the 2 of you are probably just going to be using passive perception, which won't beat a 25 at this point.
Yeah, I won't be able to. beat that anyway.
Yeah, and me either.
Oh, well, then that works even better. Yeah, so you guys, you see, maybe you've got, like, your shirt, like, up over your face, like, or like a rag or something, like, over your face because it's smoky, and, so you guys walk in and you see that it's clearly like a treasury, like a relic room. And there's a couple of chests, like, in the corner, and then there's a bunch of, like, what appear to be, like, holy symbol, like, relics, kind of just, like, they're just set on, like, little stands throughout the room.
Oh god.
Yeah, this place looks ripe.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
We just walked into the wrong damn place.
See, Farron is very conflicted at this point.
God damn it.
These guys just helped me out, like, not 30 minutes ago.
Basically saved your life, yeah.
Yeah. But then, this is almost a metric ton of, like, wealth.
It's good stuff.
And that's
Can
very...
you carry a metric ton?
Oh, Farron would try.
Morella could.
All of a sudden, Raka appears as if psionically teleported and says, "I can," and picks up all the
Disappears.
goods for you.
But
Not really.
yeah, no. Hannibal is not stealing shit because this ain't his scene. There's nothing here to
Yeah,
further
so
science.
I guess the deal breaker is, Farron, like, you're not gonna get out of here without Hannibal noticing, right? Like, do you blatantly steal from the church in front of Hannibal?
No, I won't be that stupid, especially as how torn I am. Well, he's not in this room. We must have walked past him. Let's go.
Yeah,
back
no.
and
Walk
check.
past the treasury. He just set the door on fire and left.
I think he
No,
meant
he's
walk
waiting
past him
around.
as you guys were entering the treasury.
Yeah, no. He's fucking around here somewhere.
So yeah, so now you guys are, like, actively looking. Chester, you're in a good enough hiding spot that you can hide from them, but you can see they're actively looking for you. What do you do?
I was ducked away in a different room, right?
Yeah, but they, like, I'm assuming you guys, obviously he's not in here. You guys come out and, like,
Yeah,
you're
we
actively,
know.
like,
Walked
Okay,
past
you know,
the door.
they're
looking.
opening things and looking down hallways and
I'm gonna stay as hidden as I can from them.
yeah, 25. You can keep that until the situation changes. So yeah, maybe there's probably a point where, like, they try to come into your room and you do the Mission Impossible. You're up on the ceiling and they don't see you, and they close the door and you drop back down. And so when you can't find him in the area, Hannibal and Farron, what do you do?
Well, fuck. What do we do now?
Let me see. Da-da-da-da. I'm checking something.
Okay.
Sorry. Voice your thoughts.
Well, perhaps Summit skimped him off, but I doubt that we wouldn't have seen him as we were coming down those stairs.
Do you think that we would have seen him even if we were actively looking for him?
I mean, he is good at hiding.
It's true.
I'm just aware that the
Ah, damn
longer
it.
we stay in here, the harder it will be for us to get out.
Yeah, well,
Farron with the wisdom, man.
he is wise, but at the same time, here's what we can do. We can try. I don't like the thought of him getting away with this. So, we'll stay here, and then I'll get us both out when they come back. So that way, he can't get anything.
I suppose that's the plan that could work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you guys, like, post up at the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have just inside the door, and I have
Cool.
my hand on him, and Puck is monitoring just outside the door, invisible, so that I know when I can dimension door us out.
Yep, absolutely. And you know a location that's just outside where you dimension door from. Yeah, cool. So, I think that the scene to end tonight is
Chester.
we see Chester like peeking through a door crack, seeing the two of them sitting at the door with the like smoke is starting to like get a little bit. It's because when fires die, they release even more smoke, right? So it's like foggy and like there's this weird kind of like grayish blackness. And, they still have, like, rags over their faces or whatever. And, you probably have, like, a hand on the shoulder just so you know when to teleport out or whatever. Or when you do it, like, you take him with you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And we see, like, the three at the bungalow are, like, maybe they found, like, a bottle of wine that was hidden in a corner. And they're, like, pouring. And, they're all having a great time. The fire's roaring. And, a cook has been sent over to like bring you guys food from Lady Sylar's estate, so he's like actively making food, and you guys are living wealthy lifestyles, as I said before.
I'm gonna teach you how to make s'mores.
Hannibal is filled with hate.
Right, and then we see a bunch of knights that come bursting like into the hallways in the catacomb or the cloister area, and one of them turns and says, "Something's on fire. It's downstairs. Let's go." And there's a group of like 10 of them that start running that direction. And then
my plan is
we cut
all
out.
coming together.
What?
Alright. Let me just point it out to you fuckers. All you have to do is play nice with me. That's all you have to do. And
I
you can't
wanted
even do it
to.
for one fucking session. God damn.
Don't worry. I think next turn I'm gonna roll to see how I do actually act.
Not if I murder hobo on you fuckers.
Don't worry. No one will know a thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's funny? If you think I'm helping you, you're shit out of the luck.
Oh,
I'm pissed.
oh no. I don't think anyone's gonna see me for at least 2 or 3 days.
Oh god.
8 sessions later without Chester.
So
We
how
see
attached
Chester.
is Vi to Chester?
That's a good question.
This is a good question.
Yeah,
for
that is a
sure.
great question. So let me give you some experience because I know
And
y'all like that.
inspiration.
And inspiration for sure. So you guys are level 7 now, which means your standard XP goes up.
Dope.
It's exciting for everybody. So you're going to gain a little bit more even in sessions with no combat like this one, just because of the nature of it. I just got to figure out how much level 7 actually is. I should really make an actual chart for this, instead of having to stall at the end of every session like I do.
Level 7 is
2,900. Okay, cool. That's not how much each of you get, by the way, fuckers.
That's when you level up again?
No.
No, 34,000, I believe. No.
yeah,
Wait.
34,000.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
it's
right.
still the same somehow. So everybody gets 967 experience. Just for showing up today. Inspiration.
Sweet.
Let's talk about some inspiration here. I'm gonna give inspiration to... I'll ask you guys. Let's take a vote. Who do you guys think at least one person should get inspiration for the way they played today?
At least Chester.
Playing their character.
Yeah, Chester.
Yeah.
Cool.
One
Why
for-
Chester?
Playing their
Chester's
character.
playing in. Yeah, he's playing as Chester. Like,
Sure.
you could have just simply just went
Yeah,
to church,
you
got
could've-
fair and healed, and got out.
You
But
could have
instead,
you could have you could have told Farron that he owes you now and just taken all of his money from there on, but you decided to do something interesting, so cool. Kudos to you. I think the other inspiration this week is going to go to I think I'm going to give it to Vi for her stressful, if not accurate, quick thinking on her feet when meeting Lady Sylar again.
I thought it was gonna be for remembering the love letter, man.
That
was from so many sessions ago.
Yeah, no. I actually forgot that was a thing. Now I have to go redo that. Send me a message later on the week to make sure I put that back on this thing so you can actually see it. I have it somewhere. It's on my computer somewhere. I'll find it. See, I wasn't even ready for it. So yeah, you can take it for both ways. For the love letter and for thinking quick on your feet with Lady Sylar. So cool.
There you go, Jordan.
Excellent. That's all we got, guys. Thanks everybody for showing up. Appreciate it. We'll be playing
Good
next
times
week.
again.
Anybody have any conflicts with the 12th? Yes, no, maybe?
No.
As far
Super
as I'm
excited for
aware,
next week.
no.
No, I'll be back
Not
home.
that I know of.
Cool. Awesome. Then I'll go ahead and I'm going to meet you guys, but feel free to dip out. Thanks. It was a lot of fun. And can't wait to see you guys next week.
See ya.
Oh,
Right. See ya.
so how about?
Hey, stream. Thank you guys for showing up this week. It was a lot of fun. Some interesting things happened. Hopefully, hopefully they'll be able to get out of it. We'll see. Maybe we'll be introducing a new character or 2 or 3 next session. We'll see how that goes. If you want to support me, go ahead and click the follow button. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and go to my Twitch, click follow button. That's the best way you can do to support me. As well, don't forget Sunday nights at 5 p.m. we have Olympus Rising. It's my sci-fi RPG game with our 4 players, and that one's getting pretty heated. They fought some hairy zombies last session, so that one should be a lot of fun. Other than that, catch us next week, the 12th, Fridays, 6 p.m. to watch this show live on twitch.tv. And that's it. That's all I got. I'm rambling. Have a good night, everyone.